Hello, everyone. Welcome again to... Well, we've got a name for it now. We were doing 5 minutes on NRL. Now we're called The Quick Tap, which is an excellent name. Shout out to Dean for that. My name's Aaron, and joining me, as always, on The Quick Tap is Dean from the NRL Roast. How are you, Dean?
Mate, fantastic. How are you?
Excellent. Big day in league. We said last time it's turning into a year-round sport, and it just never stops.
Love it. Well, I know we talked about it last time, like condensing the trade period into 1 month, but you sort of just wish it just keep on going. But
yep, let's go year-round. Let's trades year-round, draft at the end of the year. Oh, this is awesome.
Yep.
Big news today, Gareth Widdop, quote-unquote, or no, I shouldn't say quote-unquote, I should say allegedly, wanted out of St. George. He's come out tonight, or this afternoon, and thrown water on that, saying that he's committed to the Dragons for 2019. I think he even put up an Instagram post, which is all the evidence I need, that he's staying for next year.
If it's not on Instagram, it's not true.
Very true. So, Widdop, what do you make of it? What's your read on the whole situation?
So, it started last night. So, the Mole, he tweeted out that he was allegedly homesick, which is weird since he's been here since he was like 14 or 15. So, he's got his young family here. His wife's, an Australian, born and bred. So, it just seemed a bit weird. And then, the news came out today that he was had asked for an immediate release. He's come out on video now through the Dragons and said hasn't asked for a release. He's committed to 2019, which he posted up on Instagram as well. But he said that, he's expressed a desire to head to the Super League to test himself out over there. And he's not young. He'll be 30 next year. He's still got 2 years to run. So if he stays out his contract with the Dragons, he'll be 33 heading into the Super League. So I don't think he'll finish his contract with the Dragons. I'd say 2019 will probably be the last you'll see of Gareth Widdop.
Interesting. So there's not much for him to really head home to, except probably grandparents over there. But at 33, heading over to the Super League, that's a nice little superannuation kick along. It's a nice little retirement fund.
It is, but I suppose you look at the clubs too. They're going to, give him what he could get if he went over as a 31-year-old compared to 33. And is he going to get a long-term deal compared to... Like, I know he's on a fair bit of money with the Dragons as well, but...
$1 million a season, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't think it's about the money. It's more testing himself. And, if he goes over there, let's say, after 2009, if he goes into 2020, maybe for 2 years, could he come back, finish at the Dragons as well? Or, there's a lot of possibilities, but I think he'll head over before his contract's up with the Dragons.
Yeah, that's interesting. The old thing to do was always to finish your career here and then head over there when you're 36, 37, 38, whatever, and just cash in at the very end. But
and that was big in the the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
A lot of the older players would go over and they'd before the increases in the salary cap sort of thing, they were paying a lot more. The good exchange rate and all that sort of stuff. So, but it's changed now, and but being an English kid and catching up with all the players at the end of the season at the tests and stuff, he's obviously he wants to test it out, and I don't blame him either.
Yeah, change is a good holiday. Let's move on to, as I move the finger, David Klemmer, the Knights' newest recruit. First question I have, is David Klemmer any good?
Yep. He's statistically I don't think I said that word right, but anyway, he's one of the top props in the game. So his run meters, his offloads, especially his runs. Like, I'm just going purely off stats. His runs over 8 meters. So over 75% of his runs are over 8 meters. So, and that's huge. Like, getting the go forward. So to the Knights as well, a team that was last in running meters, he is worth every cent.
Yeah. So 75% of the time he carries the ball, he's going over 8 meters.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's good go forward.
Yeah.
And if most of the time he's backing into the defence, but anyway.
Yeah. I suppose if you break it down, like he's play the balls as well. You know, if he's getting dominated and he's play the balls aren't as quick as everyone else. Well, is it running 8 metres? That much special. But you look at the only person statistically better than him is Jason Taumalolo, and below him is Marty Tapau. So is he one of the best forwards? Yeah, I believe he is.
Okay, and for the Knights, do you like the move? I mean, the Knights just need to get... They've been so bad for a while now. They just need quality players in the system, and I suppose he fits that bill. Yeah,
like you said, the go forward. So they need that player, to get them going forward, and he is the guy to do it. So, a team that came last in running meters, add him in, and with Pearson Ponga in the halves, I think we're going to see something special from him. So,
yeah, you're right. You need that go forward for Ponga to play behind. But would you feel comfortable paying him 4.3? Is that?
So that's the figure, the 4.3 over 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Knights, yeah.
Okay.
For another team, he mightn't be worth that much, but he's worth a lot more than the 400 that he was getting from the Bulldogs too. So.
Yep, fair call. It's a good move for the Knights. So on the surface
that's what
of it,
happens when you manage your own deals, isn't it?
So he was his. I did read that he was his own manager, or
yeah. So I'm told, what I've read.
That's bizarre. In 2018.
Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, he's one of the premier props in the game, and he should be getting a lot more than what he was. But you're worth getting a manager to get a lot better deal to, even if you're paying them your percentages, you're going to be better off.
Yeah, you make it all back up in the end. Geez, the Bulldogs they're an interesting situation at the moment, but we'll save that for another time. Let's finish up. We're only supposed to be doing 5, but we do more every time. Viewer questions. Yeah, what have you got?
Every time. So I've got a couple. The first one, now I've done a little bit of research for this one, and so I'll set it up for you. One of the questions was, where will Jared Croker rank on the most points scored by the end of his career? Now, I checked it out. He's on just under 1,800. He's 28, so he'll be turning 29 at the end of next year. So he's on, so just under 1,800. Cameron Smith, if he plays for the next 2 years, he'll go over 2,700. So he's about 1,000 points short of Cameron Smith, meaning he'd have to average about 200 points a season for the next 5 seasons to beat him. And that'll end his career as a 33-year-old. Can he do it?
Wow, that's a lot of numbers to hear.
Sorry.
All after the other. Wow. I don't know.
So he's a centre, couple of knee problems.
Yeah.
Can he, play for the next 5 years and average 200 points a season? Which is, if you take his highest and lowest points from the last 10 seasons, when he's been the primary goal kicker, he averages about 210, 220.
He averages 210?
Yeah, 210, 220 points a season.
I have, it's hard to answer, but I have no faith in aging NRL players. I don't know. I'd take the unders on that and say that he wouldn't. I'm a gambling man. Like you said, a few knee problems. What's the chance that he just sort of regresses a little bit as he ages?
I'll go against you. I'm going to go over. I reckon by the end of his career, he'll be the number 1 point scorer. Okay. I think Canberra are going to stick with him. They're pretty loyal. They'll stick with him too, and they love him down there too. So, you'd be a risky move to get rid of him at the end of his career. But
what if he hands up the goal kicking?
Oh, he's done. Yeah, he's not a prolific try scorer. So.
Yeah.
But
I should say, what if someone takes the goal kicking off him? Is that likely to happen? Yeah. See, it's.
Yeah.
I'll take the unders.
All right.
Next one.
5 years. Where to for Sean Johnson? So.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'll let you go first on this one. Yeah.
That's interesting. So I read a bit this afternoon about Cronulla, or all day about Cronulla, wasn't it?
Well, they're the primary. Yeah. Until it came out that they, whoever signs him can only sign him for 1 year.
Why is that?
I don't know. So there's a bit of a thing that came out. I won't quote anything, but it said there's a catch to the team that wants to sign him for 2019 is that you can only sign him for 1 year.
That's bizarre. So obviously,
totally bizarre. But so obviously he signed a deal for 2020, or he's got something planned, or maybe an NFL move, or who knows.
Well, that's why the Sharks.
These days.
That's why the Sharks can afford him, right? Because Valentine Holmes is no longer on the books.
Yeah, well, they've lost, Lewis.
Yeah.
Lost a few players there. And yeah, they had the money there for Holmes to boost him up for 2019. So they obviously use that money for him. They were in the box seat, but then
I just read.
Sorry,
I just jump in. I just read that the Roosters are in line to sign him in 2020, which should come as no surprise.
Well, they'll have $1 million freed up when Cronk retires. So
yep.
There was talks of Parramatta, Canberra. There's a few teams in line for him. So, but I'll tip Sharks.
Yeah,
I think you'll end up there for a year.
It seems to be what's likely at the moment. All right, have you got anything else?
No, mate, that's it.
Right, let's finish up and get out of here. The 10-minute quick tap.
Was it 10 minutes?
I'm not sure.
Luckily, we didn't call it the 5-minute chat like we were talking about.
I like that though.
Yeah, and we just go for 10 to 15 minutes. So.
Every time. Right, thanks for the chat, Dean.
No worries, Aaron.